Hi guys, my name is Grace, and I just felt like doing a divine masculine and divine feminine energy check during this new moon in Aries. When I did the reading for this week, I did it from April 11 to April 16 up until before this new one in Aries, because I wanted to do another reading, this another reading, so that I can check how the energies of the new moon in Aries will affect both the divine feminines in their life in general, and in regards to their divine counterpart. So I did it a bit different this time. I got an idea. I came across this idea: mind, body, and spirit. And I've been getting the nudge that I should do it in this form. So yeah, I just did it. I just felt I feel like I just felt the motivation, the energy of the new moon in Aries, because um I'm sensitive to energy, so I can feel it even before it comes. And yeah, yesterday I was just feeling so dreadful, to be honest, and I just want to sleep. I don't want to do anything, but just today I woke up feeling great and just wanting to do, really motivated to do something. And I feel like that is the new moon in Aries affecting me, and that will be affecting me because really my rising sign is Aries. So yeah, so a little bit of introduction: mind, body, and spirit. So anyway, I'll just get on to this. um so for the divine masculine side, I asked for this. This card would represent their general, how are they affected during their during this new moon in Aries energy, on their current mental state. And this will be general. This card would be how are they affected in their current mental state in regards to the divine feminine specifically. I wanted to do it that way, so we can get a general picture of how are they getting on in their life, current mental state, and then specifically for the divine feminines. So we got here the high priestess for the general current mental state, and how they're affected by the new moon in Aries. I feel like it just basically um, make them a lot more intuitive. You might hear the birds outside because I'm basically out here in the garden doing this reading. Anyway, um, literally, there's this new moon on her feet. So I'm just saying we're so in tune with the energies here, and I feel like it's also causing the divine masculine to balance their thinking, it balancing their, it's in their mind, balancing their shadow side and their light side, because we both have those yin and yang within us. I know the divine, both divine feminine and masculines are yin and yang, but we both have those feminine and masculine energy within us, the shadowy aspect and the light aspect within us. So yeah, I feel like yeah, the yin and yang within their own being, facing those both sides. And I feel like for most divine masculine, it will be clearer for most of them. This they have this newfound knowledge and this inner knowing, deep inner knowingness. I feel like really they're being guided by the spirit with that. And but still, some are still resisting it. I think most are still resisting it. as we can see here from this card, from this card here, they're hiding, like the high priestess is hiding this knowledge, this newfound knowledge that they have discovered within themselves, and they're still not ready to express it. They're being silent about it, so they're thinking it, but they're thinking it, it's in their mental space. Yeah. And so now, yeah, so now for their current state of mind towards the divine feminine, we have here the King of Wands. So um Aries is a fire sign, so they'll just they're just getting infused by the qualities of the fire sign of Aries, I feel, because it's the King of Wands. And their current, it represents, because King of Wands is someone that is, specifically in this deck, it was described as someone that is very passionate with deep conviction. So yeah, that's how they're thinking towards their divine feminine. And when they're thinking about, like, their passion with the divine feminine, it will only going to increase. And I feel like there's really this warrior energy and getting ready for battle, determination, and this energy is helping their mind to focus on the divine feminine, on what really matters, and not really turning a blind eye to it anymore, to the divine feminines anymore. And they cannot do that. They're thinking that it's in their mind, this extreme passion, but it's unexpressed, because they're in this state. They know it though intuitively, whether they are suppressing it, like they're ignoring it, or not. But I feel like there will come a time that they won't be able to ignore it anymore. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. And what else? Yeah, unexpressed because of the high priestess. So now, um also the King of Wands is someone that assesses the situation and makes bold decisions. So I won't be surprised if this Aries energy would like make them just make them really impulsive. Like, I don't know, some divine feminines will be surprised. And because it's all about taking action and experience. And once he decides, once this King of Wands decides, there will be there will be no hesitation. So yeah, it's also courage, represents courage, and bringing it's this King of Wands is also someone who's bringing the best within him, and at the same time influencing the people around him, like being a leader. That's also the qualities of this King of Wands. So yeah, that's in the divine masculine's mental state towards the divine feminine. Very interesting. So now, what's the current mental state of the divine feminine? We have here the Six of Wands. Wands again, fire. Yeah. What's the current mental state of the divine feminines in general, not only with the divine masculine? So we have here, I really, the first thing that got into my mind is ego death, because the I guess part of going with the flow is really um being used to disruptions. And things can happen. My neighbor just passed by because I'm outside, I'm in the garden, and I had to post the video. But anyway, let's continue it. I'll just do it anyway. I need to get used to this because I do have a problem of taking control, being in control, but I guess, this is part of me learning to go with the flow. And yeah, it's affecting my twin flame journey too, I know. So anyway, ego death. As I was saying, ego death with that six of wands there. And yeah, because six of wands is someone that is um needing that, not really needing, but like really just really have that public gratification, because it's victory card and success, and people look up to them and like recognize their action, you know what I'm saying. And I feel like for most divine feminines, they're realizing that it's not really winning that is important in life, and it's learning that is more important, and how that will be applied to life, the what they've learned, and the growth. That's how they grow from the challenges that they've been through. And I feel like because it's mental, this is talking about the mind, what the divine feminines are thinking, how are they affect, how the energies of the new moon is affecting their current mental state. And so we have here, um, I feel like this is like growth and acquired wisdom, like very similar to this, if we're talking about the wisdom that they acquired. And also when I say winning, they're not, the divine feminines are learning that they should not be focused so much on the goal, on the final destination, like on the union. Well, union is not really the final destination, to be really honest. Like after union, there should be a mission for each twin flames that they need to do on their, it will be different for different twin flames. But yeah, that's what they need to discover, besides really the romantic part, really. So yeah, but yeah, just focusing like with the six of wands here, with being in the horse, it's more like the journey, enjoying the journey, and all the learnings within this twin flame thing and within life. As I was saying, this is general, so it's not only about this twin flame journey, but within life. But basically, I'm feeling that this twin flame journey has taught the divine feminine a lot that they will be able to apply within other aspects of their life. So yeah, that's how they're affected by the energy of this new moon. We have here the Knight of Pentacles, so that's how the divine feminine's current state of mind in regards to their divine masculine specifically. So we have here the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and I feel like for the divine feminines, they wanting that this stable offer to come fast, and not like the Knight of Pentacles that is really 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 slow but very stable. Like you can assure it will come. And some divine feminines are still thinking it's taking too long, and I feel like the other half of the divine feminine are fine with it. Yeah, that's what I sense two different, you know divine feminines. But anyway, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, when I search about it, it's really about boredom and restlessness. So yeah, that's what the most divine feminines are thinking. And the public, I feel like some divine feminines are thinking like, here we go again, this is a repetitive cycle already, like how long do I need to wait? And we all know that attitude that really, I know, I mean, you're expecting this, but like that waiting but not really doing anything, not really focusing on yourself, is not really, gonna get you close to union. I mean, it's not the more efficient way to get into union. I'm not saying, I know you get what I mean already. um I feel like um they do acknowledge, the divine feminines do acknowledge that the progress that the divine masculine have been made already. And I feel like the divine feminines are just really embodying the impatient energy of the Aries sign. So yeah, there's just a bit of impatience there. So anyway, moving on to the this will be the body. So this will be how the divine masculine are physically feeling in general. So in general, divine masculine are feeling, we have here the Queen of Cups in reverse. So what we have here is that I feel like the divine masculine really have this emotional insecurity within them, for most, really. And I feel like there's really this imbalance in emotions. And for some, it's sadness. It's really coming up as sadness. That's what I felt when I saw this card. And for some, it's even codependency, you know. And I believe it's coming up in the surface for releasing. That's why they have to deal with that issue of codependency. And it's, I feel like there will be two types of divine masculine. Some will be over emotional, depends on how they deal it, because each of us are still unique as an individual. So some divine masculines, depends on how they deal it, will be over emotional. Some divine masculines will be bottling up their emotions, or I feel like because of the emotional insecurity, for most it will be just some days they will be over emotional, some days they'll be bottling up their emotions, like going back and forth with that kind of energy. So I feel like the suppressed emotions are really coming up the surface. That's why they're feeling physically sad. And well, if they're really bottling up their emotions, that will cause them stress. And
get stopping out there too late, you'll catch cold.
So I'm back again. If you heard someone talking, that's my neighbor. Anyway, I think she really don't mind what I'm doing. She probably don't really see what I'm doing. She's quite old. So anyway, let's just continue. So we have here the Queen of Cups for the general reading for the divine masculine. So with the Aries energy, it's all about going after your passions, and your passions are in your heart, really. So I feel like the effect of getting in touch with your passions with the Aries new moon energy is at the same time brings up those unhealed wounds of the divine masculine within their heart. So now they have a free will to resist it, but the more you resist, the more you suffer. Until they haven't learned the lesson, it would keep being stirred up, like on them. It will keep happening on them. They will still keep being in a codependent relationship. um, in any way, shape, or form, until they learn the lesson. But I feel like the universe won't really let them let that happen. That's why there are tower moments after tower moments. But yeah, um but looking at the bigger picture here, I feel like this is a good thing in the long term, because those issues, You know, if it's coming up in the surface, makes them feeling emotional insecurity, makes them feeling sad, make them feel sad, and all different kind of emotion, not only sadness, maybe anger, you know, suppress anger. And it will just be for the good in the long term, because you will have a divine masculine that is healed, you know, and more emotional stable and balanced. This and so anyway, what his the divine masculine is feeling physically in his body towards the divine feminine, we have here the temperance card. And I feel like this is just the two cups, the balancing emotions. I mean, we have here the Queen of Cups and balanced emotion. We have here the balancing emotion. So really, it's all about balancing the emotions. This is coming up in general with the divine masculine, because they're needing to balance the emotion. They're needing to take control. That's what I'm getting now. And with the giving and receiving, this is also about giving and receiving with the divine feminine. Um, if they haven't given enough, then they're getting stirred up to give, or vice versa. And retaining control, this is the temperance card. When I read it, it's all about retaining control despite chaotic environment, despite those outside influences. when done properly when done properly, if they'll be able to take control, what will come after is emotional and spiritual maturity for the divine masculine. So that's why I'm saying it appears to be bad, and we can be sensing some of those emotions too. It can affect us, but it will be good in the long term. So now we're going to the divine feminines now, on what they're um, physically feeling within the body. And we have here, for the general, we have here the 10 of Swords. So really, which is basically tired. Like, you can just basically feel that um it could be like you feel drained energetically. But for me, personally, I felt that, like, physically on my body. Well, these cards are basically for the physical, for the body. So yeah, whatever this is, you feel it physically. um this is all about, where is it that I'm leading? Anyway, yeah, I found it. Anyway, with the 10 of Swords here, I feel like it's a it's more a past energy. It's like the few days before the new moon. The divine feminines will feel tired, but they will be tired no more after uh, um when the new moon like comes. And I mean, new moon is coming on the 15th or the 16th, whenever, especially depending where you are. And for me, because I'm in England, it will be 16th. um what I'm saying is that, yeah, what I'm saying is that the new moon in Aries is coming. At the same time, will be the Mercury will come in direct. The retrograde will be finished. So for the meantime, so this will be, I know how tiring, and I know how the effects of the Mercury retrograde just to most people are. So yeah, that's why this divine feminines, most divine feminines are feeling this tired energy. Especially most divine feminines, they're more in touch with their spirituality. Their most divine feminines have awakened first. But yeah, so they're aware of this now. So divine feminines, we're coming out of this energy, and if you are in this still in this energy, you will come out of this um for sure. And generally, it's just physically tired and fatigued. And yeah, um I feel like, really, I feel what I felt like when I was reading this card. It's like for a purpose. Like it seems like the universe is like forcing you to rest, forcing you to be tired so that you can rest and recharge, so that you will be ready for the new challenges. And this increased motivation, they will follow, so that there will be, you will have a recharge body, so you'll be able to, when that motivational energy from the Aries, um you will have you basically have energy to move towards whatever that is being stirred up in you, whatever it is you're being motivated to do. So yeah, basically that's what I felt. And for some, it could also be feeling, um they might have felt mentally drained, because this is swords, so it's all about the mind too. um to the point that they can't think anymore, and just they just basically surrender and go with the flow. And it's related to control issues, really. And as I've already said, I know I have that. And there's just too much planning, and I feel like, um yeah, the Aries energy is very impulsive. So it's just, it will just cause the divine feminines to basically start whatever that project they're wanting to do. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. um yeah, so we have here the Seven of Cups on what the divine feminine is. I can really cannot film outside. So yeah, there's an airplane. Anyway, the Seven of Cups in reverse. Divine feminine is what they're feeling physically towards the divine masculine. So we have here, how I read that is this, like, see, this is a mental drain, being mentally drained, thinking too much. And now we have here Seven of Cups is all about confusion, but it coming up in reverse is a good thing for me. I feel like this is a mental confusion towards the divine masculine is gone, being gone. That's what this Aries energy, it will be affecting. That's how the Aries energy in human will be affecting the divine feminines, in regards to their divine masculine. And I feel like, because the divine feminine is realizing that there are so much more cups in their life, the other form of love and expression of love. So this energy will have them to focus on other things that matter, other things that are dear to them, dear to their heart, besides their divine masculine. Personally, I just had the feeling that, like, okay, I'm like, I'm done with so much thinking anymore. My divine masculine, he can just do his own thing, and for now I'll do my own thing. And I have so much, I mean, personally, I have so much goals and dreams, and I still want to cultivate my own individual journey, and really want to develop this this thing, like improve more spiritually, so I can um help more people and read tarot better, and and hopefully be able to heal other people too. And so yeah, like I feel like this energy, I feel like I want to focus on that, on towards on my own personal goals and dreams. But that's not really me, um not ignoring my divine masculine. It's just focusing myself, basically. Well, yeah, focusing on myself. And as Aluna said, if you're watching her, she's really awesome. And it's Aluna Clairvoyant 90. She said that we divine feminines, if we've been waiting for so long, we should take this time as like a vacation before the union that will be inevitable. That's what she said. Anyway, so um we have we're coming down to the spirit part, mind, body, spirit. So we have here, so for the spirit part, it just represents the unconscious mind. So yeah, it's getting darker. I have to really hurry this up. Anyway, so divine masculine spirit, we have here the four of swords, but it's in reverse. So in general, with the divine masculine subconscious mind, what they're hiding subconsciously, that they are tired to, that they need to rest to, mirroring this, and that they're just so good at hiding that, um and suppressing this need to rest and to contemplate, that they really need to go within and take a rest, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. And but more mentally, with the swords here. And yeah, they would look almost divine masculine. They would appear to be fine, functioning day-to-day life, but subconsciously this is what they're needing. So um so if you're in communication with your divine masculine, this is the reason why they're giving you attention. One day they'll give you attention, and then they'll be unstable. One day they'll be hermit, and then they'll go back again to giving attention. Like there's this unstable energy. Like, I mean, for divine feminines, do you really deserve that? Would you rather have that a divine masculine that is unhealed? So I feel like he really needs this time and space. So I feel like we should really give it to them, because look here, this is like the divine masculine subconscious towards the divine masculine, and we have here the Queen of Wands. So really, it's really dark now. Anyway, I'll just finish this reading off. Um, Now, subconsciously, the divine masculine, this is fire again. Remember, we already have here the King of Wands. Now we have here the Queen of Wands. So, I feel like um wait. So, yeah, I just turned off the brightness on my laptop here so that we have some light. Anyway, let's just finish this reading off. Um the they have subconsciously, they still have that burning passion towards the divine feminine. And what this Aries energy did, it it not in it's not gone. It only made it like more there's only more passion, and it only made it more, it heated it up. I cannot find the words, but there will come a time they won't be able to deny this anymore. Like, and it's because Aries just, I feel like, heats up everything. There's this passion towards the divine feminine, and it didn't fade. It just burned brighter, and subconsciously they wanting of, also what this means is that subconsciously the divine masculine is really wanting this to live life to the fullest. But what's happening is that um in order to do that, they have to cut cords to the things and the people that are not serving them anymore. So that's why they're on this state of feeling sad. And yeah, that's and but in order to do that, they have to cut cords. So yeah, they're feeling sad doing that. We have here the Queen of Cups in reverse, and but either way, it's going to happen voluntarily or involuntarily. That's why there's um tower moments that keeps happening, as I've already mentioned, I think. So yeah, now we have here the divine feminines. On the divine feminine side, this won't be long. I'm just gonna finish this reading. I know it's quite dark now and we're outside, but this will be good. Anyway, for in the divine feminine side, we have two cards. I just thought I only needed one card, but when I looked at the card, it's really relevant that I get the two cards. Because what came up is we got here the Two of Cups in reverse and then the Moon in reverse. And so for the divine feminine subconscious, I feel like this, when I saw the Moon card in reverse, this is all about illusions. It's not intuition anymore. It's borderline illusions. And this could be negative and this could be positive. It depends on the divine feminines, because like on the positive, it could be like daydreaming, like visualization. We need that also. But when it's too much, it would become negative. It would turn into obsession. That's why it's illusion. And it's related, this Two of Cups in reverse, because it's in general when I picked it, when I pulled it out. So it's about not only with the divine masculine, but also with with other people that the divine feminines have a close connection to. So I feel like there's really needs to be this balance in the giving and receiving again, like this mutual giving of cups, love and emotion, mutual expression. This is honest giving and receiving of and expressing of emotions. That's what I'm getting. So if the divine feminine, if you're divine feminine and you're not honest in expressing your emotions to other people that are close to you, then that's what you need to do. And as I was saying here, I mean, divine masculine are really doing their thing on balancing these Two of Cups. We have here the Temperance for them, as I've already shown. Yeah, it's really dark now. Anyway, so what this means is that I feel like the divine feminines, they need to change their thinking, and they need to change their perspective, so that if you change your perspective and change your way of thinking, you'll be able to change your way you're feeling. And when you change the way you're feeling, this could also represent the union. So this is what you're wanting, you'll be able to turn this into upright position. But right now it's in a reverse because it's affected by the illusions and other things. And yeah, um some divine feminines might be feeling negatively about this union because they might be feeling sad too, because they probably, I feel like for some divine feminines, they're just sensing the emotions that the divine feminine masculines are going through. And this is the second time the moon came up for this new moon reading, so I feel like we're really in tune with the energies um here. And the divine, so going through the subconscious of the divine feminine here, I mean, I feel like you're not gonna believe this, but when I pulled the card, when I pulled the card on how the divine feminines are feeling towards the divine masculines subconsciously, I mean, from the other deck I got this two of cups again, believe it or not, in reverse. I cannot believe it myself too. I'm like shooked. But yeah, we already got the the two of cups here. But we have here the two of cups again in reverse. Now this is towards the divine masculine. And with that we have here the death card in reverse. So this is change and refusing to change. So what I got from this is that um the two of cups again from another deck. So refusing to change. So the two of cups is sharing love, mutual, but it's in reverse. So what I feel from this is that for some it could be control issues. Whatever that issues, I feel like you intuitively know what is for the divine feminines, what they're refusing to change. Like for me, I know it's control issues. That's very strong. And for some, I think they you intuitively know, yeah, what attitude you are refusing to change. That is blocking this union. That is blocking this two of cups. That's why it's in reverse again for the second time from a different deck. And also maybe it's a refusal to change your perspective. Yeah, because you're not changing your perspective to positive thinking, it will be blocking this connection, obviously. And yeah, two of cups coming twice from different deck, from the subconscious of the divine feminines. I mean, that's really a strong message here. And also yeah, refusing, if there's really this refusal to change the attitude, you know that you are not, like, I feel like for some divine feminines, like the, if you know you are not treated the way that you deserve, but you keep letting your divine masculine do it, how are you not helping, how are you helping them to heal and change? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just really being honest here. So it's really not equal. It's the cups are not equal. Let them do their thing, and you know, they have to really heal and really balance that cups towards their giving and receiving. But yeah, I'm just saying that let them do their thing, let them balance. Also, what I've noticed within this reading, there's not a lot of pentacles. The only pentacles that I've seen is the Knight of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. So I feel like there's action, there's thinking. I mean, too much thinking. with the 10 of Swords here. And there's also, yeah, to action because of the Wands and the fire energy. And there's also Cups, you know. But there's not a lot of grounding. There's not a lot of Pentacles. That's why whatever this is, it's not manifested in the physical. We cannot see it in the 3D. It's not tangible because there's not a lot of grounding. I feel like that's what divine feminines, divine masculines need to focus, is grounding, and so that they can be able to see this in physical reality, whatever they're wanting. And this Aries energy, it will cause us to take action, but it's up to us to manifest it towards into the reality, to the physical reality. But it will push us and motivate us to take action on whatever it is that we need to focus on. So yeah, what else do I want to say for the final messages? Yeah, so yeah, there's too much action, too much thinking, but not enough grounding. And with proper grounding, those ambitions, whatever you're wanting, whether you're the divine masculine or you're the divine feminine, it would happen. And yeah, it's just all about manifesting in the physical. Because if not, like for the divine feminine especially, it would still be illusions if you're not really taking action, if you're resisting this. And now I picked some surrender cards for both divine masculine and the divine feminines. And we have here, for the divine masculine, we have here the surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with the uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. So I feel like for the divine masculines, they're being stirred up, they're being awakened, they're being helped intuitively, as we've already been seeing, like with the High Priestess here, like with the impact of the new moon here. But they just need to surrender to the magic of who they really are. And this horse here, I feel like this really represents the spirit, but they're turning their back on that. They keep praying, but when the help is there, they're like, it's probably because they're new to this. They're like really, for some, they're really refusing it. Now for the divine feminines, what I've got for you is surrender. Because I'm saying you, I feel like most of my viewers are the divine feminines. So surrender negative thinking. I mean, that's very in tune to what I'm saying. So when I saw this, I already know, like yeah. I mean, because negative thinking, that's why this Two of Cups, both from two decks, are reversed because of the negative thinking. So we really need to surrender that negative thinking. That's why, so that we'll be able to manifest this in reality. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. I feel like this card already came up with the previous reading that I did for this week. So really, this is a strong message: surrender negative thinking. Because the only person that is blocking this union, I feel like it's you, the divine feminine. If you keep thinking negatively about this, you're blocking your own connection, what you're wanting the most. Now, what I've noticed on the bottom of the deck, we have here surrender, fear of change. I feel like it's both for the divine feminines and divine masculine, but I feel like it's both message for them, but it's more for the divine feminines. Why? Because we have here the death card. As I've already said, refusal to change. And it's a, I feel like this is the divine feminine. You can be a man or a woman as a divine feminine, but I'm just saying, you know, the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you are fearing aging or death. Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. So yeah, I mean, I feel like my intuition is pointing me to the horses too. You know how the victory card here is the um is riding the horse, and this is riding the horse too, and with the spirits here it's also the white horse here. The divine masculine is turn like this represents the divine masculine turning their back on the spirit, and also turning their back on their divine feminines. But I feel like the horse is really represented by the spirit, because this is also, if you're still not going with the flow, this is all about going with the flow, riding with the flow instead of trying to control the flow. So yeah, that's really what I got from this too. The divine feminine should go with the flow, should ride with the spirit, should surrender to the spirit instead of trying to control the situation. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope it did not irritate you so much that it's dark now and you can barely see the cards, but I hope that the message is the most important. So I hope you got the message that you needed. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.